Good day and welcome to class. This is ANC TUTORS and we are glad to have you here. We'll be considering the question before us, which is as follows. Convert 1101.110 base 2 to base 10. Okay, so we go on to rewrite the question for better clarity. And then we start to solve by expanding as follows. Okay, so one thing I would like to say here is that we should be very careful in our expansion, since this is a number that has a point. This is called a binary number that has a point is called a decimal, just like a number in base 10 that has a point is called a decimal, but in base 2 this is called a decimal. Okay, so we have to be very careful in our expansion, and just like we've been expanding in the previous question, we take each of the digits of the number we are given and multiply it by the base, which is 2, and that is why we have the first digit, which is 1 times 2, moving on to the second digit 1 times 2, to the third digit is 0 times 2, to the fourth digit 1 times 2, to the fifth digit 1 times 2, to the sixth digit 1 times 2, and to the last digit is 0 times 2. So we multiply each of these digits by the base, which is 2. So how then do we introduce our powers? Looking at the question, the point, yes, the decimal point is between the fourth digit and the fifth digit. I'll come again. The decimal point is between the fourth digit and the fifth digit. So it means the power of 0 we start counting on the fourth digit. It will start counting on the digits just before the decimal point. The power of 0 will start counting on the digits just before the decimal point, and that will be the fourth digit. So we'll come to the fourth bracket and put a power of 0 there. Moving towards the left, we put a power of 1. Moving towards the left, we put the power of 2, and on our most extreme left, we put the power of 3. Then we now come to where we have the power of 0, which is the fourth bracket. Moving towards the right, we bring a power of -1. Moving towards the right, we bring a power of -2. Moving towards the right, which is the most extreme right, we bring the power of -3. Okay, so if you look at this string, we can see that it's as if the powers are like numbers on a number line, which we have the negative numbers and the positive numbers and 0 in the middle. So that's how it's supposed to be. We first introduce the power of 0 on the number, on the digits just before the decimal point, and we spread our powers towards the left and towards the right. So we go on to simplify as follows. 2 raised to the power 3 is equal to 8, and that is why we have 1 times 8 in the first bracket. 2 raised to the power 2 is equal to 4, so we have 1 times 4 in the second bracket. 2 raised to the power 1 is equal to 2, and that is why we have 0 times 2 in the third bracket. 1 times 2 raised to the power 0 can be replaced with 1 times 1, because 2 raised to the power 0 is 1. So coming to the fifth bracket now, where we have 1 times 2 raised to the power -1, we can rewrite this as 1 times 1 whole over 2 raised to the power 1. So what we can see here is that when the 2 and the power came under, the minus sign disappeared, so it became an inverse. So instead of us to write 2 raised to the power -1, we now have 1 whole over 2 raised to the power 1. And this was the same thing that happened in the sixth bracket, where we have 2 raised to the power -2. It became 1 whole over 2 raised to the power 2. Also in the last bracket where we have 2 raised to the power minus 3, it became 1 all over 2 raised to the power 3. So whenever a negative index comes under, there will be a 1 on the top, and underneath the minus sign is going to disappear. Alright, so simplifying this, we have 1 times 8 is equal to 8 plus 1 times 4, which is equal to 4, plus 0 times 2, which is equal to 0, plus 1 times 1, which is equal to 1, plus 1 times 1 all over 2 raised to the power 1, which is equal to 1 all over 2, plus 1 times 1 all over 2 raised to the power 2, which is equal to 1 times 1 raised to the power 4, plus 0 times 1 raised to the power 0 times 1 all over 2 raised to the power 3, which is the same thing as 0 times 1 all over 8. So we simplify further. This will still give us 8 plus 4 plus 0 plus 1. And then we simplify the bracket. As we all know, we cannot continue solving unless the bracket is simplified. So 1 times 1 all over 2 is equal to 1 all over 2, which is the same thing as 0.5. Plus 1 times 1 all over 4 is the same thing as 1 all over 4, which is equal to 0.25. That is when we convert 1 all over 4 to decimal. And also 0 times 1 all over 8 is equal to 0, because anything multiplied by 0 is equal to 0. So that's very simple. And then we go on to combine our numbers together. We combine the whole numbers first, which is 8 plus 4, 12, plus 0, which is also 12, plus 1, which is 13. Then we add the decimal slash decimal numbers together, which is 0.5 plus 0.25 to give us 0.75. So adding 13 plus 0.75 will give us 13.75 in base 10, which is our final answer. It is very important to note that when we are writing numbers in base 10, we might put a subscript of 10 in word or in letter, or we can just write the number just the way it is, as in the example that we just treated. I really hope this